Now who wanna move close enough? Now who wanna move out of? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah, we got 'em, yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em. Finger ball 'em, never stop it. To the beast and know 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world.
What's up, everybody? This is Ted Karras for the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cincy Hat, and you're watching Bengals and Brews.
All right, Ted said, let's have a drink. So we'll have a drink for Ted. Well, at least I will. I mean, these guys are probably drinking water, and Greg's probably drinking milk or something. Who knows? Greg's drinking nothing. There's nothing in that mug. Greg said, okay, nothing in it. Yeah, happy Friday, guys. How are you guys doing? We're here with Dustin Croft and the BSG, Greg Luther, or otherwise known as Fantastic.
I'll tell you how we're fucking doing. This right here, Bengals with attitude. You know what this also? These are all the defenses looking at us right here now. All these targets. You can't get to all of them, okay? You have one or two good corners. How you going to cover them all? Because you can't fucking cover them all. We have the best offense in the league, hands down. Everybody disagrees with me. Shut the fuck up.
But I still have some concerns about the line, Greg, which we're going to talk about the line a lot in this episode. But
okay, Mr.
Yeah, I don't want to rain on your parade. So Dustin,
did.
the Bengals signed Noah Fant. Haven't seen any contract details, but we can assume fairly cheap, 1 year. I can't imagine more than $3 million. You know what I mean? It could be vet minimum, but I could see him like $3 million or some incentives. But Dustin, your thoughts on signing Noah Fant?
Yeah, I mean, depth's not bad. Have an ability to, and I was kind of one of those, like, I didn't see the fit. And now that I kind of consider, like, just presenting a 12 personnel, whether he can block well or not, it's still a threat. And, I think a lot of, like, offensive football is not always just, like, having said person be great at one thing. It's just sometimes it's window dressing and giving the appearance of it. So, yeah, I'm stoked. I mean, look forward to, obviously no practice today. Look forward to seeing him out there tomorrow night. So,
and I'm never going to be mad when you add good players and talent. Now, is he the best blocker in line? No. But is he a guy that maybe you could be a move tight end and let him block? Because Eric All was doing a lot of that too. They're putting him in motion, let him get that little bit of a running start. I think he'd be much better as that type of blocker, and that helps. But he's also such a weapon in the passing game. He's good yards after catch player. So I'm never going to be mad when you add talent. I just would love to see us go out and really be like Will Hernandez, some interest. Dalton Risner, we'll bring you in. We'll have some interest. Brandon Scherf, you want to retire, or you want to, maybe come in and sign a contract here. So I would still like to see one of those guards brought in. But what are your thoughts overall, Greg, and then also down to Dustin on just the O-line and maybe bringing in another guy, but then we'll talk more about, I put out a 53, so I know a lot of people didn't like one guy specifically on the offensive line I had on that 53 projection.
Well, I had a different opinion, but you know why. But anyway, Dale, you're not wrong. Look, I'm excited as hell. Am I excited as hell? Absolutely. And Wade, no, I'm not going to calm down. Love you, buddy, but I ain't calming down. But anyway, get me one more guard. And this, guys, like I say, this is the best most weapons, I think, since even the Dalton era, any type of air QB I've ever seen in my life. I mean, you have 6 or 7 targets. I mean, let's throw in Chase Brown. He's going to be another target. Oh my God, dude. I mean, there's going to be weapons all over the field. And like Tanner Hudson, like I say, Dale, it's an upgrade on a position. Like Tanner Hudson and Noah Fant, you pick between the two. I think any person would tell you that Noah Fant is an upgrade over Tanner Hudson. So obviously I still want that guard, but dude, I'm excited as fuck right now.
But I also think, like, what are the chances that Eric All, where is his career projections now?
It's hard to project one. That's the reason the only reason I didn't like that pick, Dustin. I said, hey, I had him as a 5th round guy. We took him in the 4th. I said it wasn't because of talent. I had him as a 5th round guy. I said to me, I was being generous having him as a 5th round. Back surgery, ACL, now another ACL. Yeah, I'm with you, but go ahead.
So when you look at it from that perspective, also you get Noah Fant, 27 years old, a cheap deal. I mean, like, if he has a good season, and we'll worry about contracts next year of who we're going to need to extend. But they were willing to go out and give Gesicki a 3-year deal. Why not? If Noah shows up pretty well, that could be like your security for, the chances that Eric Hall even never plays again. I don't know. So I think it's a smart long-term move potentially if they decide to bring him back, obviously.
Yeah, and what's it hurt to get him in here now for this season and see what it does, see what happens, because you're not breaking the bank for him right now after he was released. Clearly. But go ahead, Greg.
Yeah. Like I say, I just think this is a 1 year, until Eric Hall comes back. We know, but Dustin, like you said, I just don't know. Say if he does ball out this year, how much he gets. I'm just going to enjoy this year while I have it. But yeah, like I say, if Eric Hall didn't get hurt, we can all agree this would have never even happened.
Yeah. Mike, I can start with Eric Hall. I think he had like 2 surgeries already this offseason.
One surgery, they screwed up on one surgery in college. They messed up, and that's what really messed him up, and that's why he's out this year. So the doctor that did surgery on him really messed up big time. So, I hope he can come back. He did it. They involved him a lot in the offense last year. I hope he can come back, so we'll see.
I'm with T. Brookie here real quick, Dustin, before you go. Yeah. I feel bad for the kid because he is – he survived a house fire as a kid, what I mean, as like a baby. Yeah. And then all the injuries he's gone through at Michigan, then at Iowa, and a back surgery, and now this whole ordeal. And every time he does come back, he still looks like a damn good player. So I expect he'll attack it and still look good. But it is one of those things like, is he always going to be injury prone? And that's a scary thought.
Well, also, let's say he does come back. I'm like not 50-50, not like quite counting on it, but love the dude too. I'd love to have him back. Yeah. He's such a weapon. It's so skilled. But I guess like you could have Noah and him because eventually you're going to move off of Drew Sample at some point,
I think this might be the last year of his 3-year deal that he signed.
Yeah. So yeah. And then we got Mike for 3 years, but he's getting a little older too. So it's like you always want to be kind of backfilling your roster and be proactive. So I think it was like it was a unique move. I don't know if I've seen a move.
Fant's only 27, Dustin. He's still only 27. So if he has a good year, you still feel comfortable for another couple of years if you know.
Mm-hmm. After this season, we have him for one more year.
One more. Okay. Yeah. I didn't necessarily know that he was in the free agent pool, but I knew he'd get close. All right, Taylor. I see it. Dustin said the hypothetical, the trade we're all probably thinking about, wasn't necessarily going to talk about, but hey, Micah Parsons came out and said, I don't want to be here anymore, which Terry McLaurin has said the same with Washington. He wants a trade. These guys want paid ultimately. If they get paid, and I expect both of them to stay with their teams and ultimately get paid. But it's a hypothetical. It's a show. We're a Bengals fun show. We'll talk about it. So what trade would be Micah Parsons unhappy where he's at, Trey Hendrickson unhappy with his contract status where he's at? You trade them for each other. I think the Bengals would still have to toss in something because Micah Parsons is only 26 years old. And as Adam Schefter put, he is one of only 2 players in NFL history to register a dozen-plus sacks in each of his first 4 seasons. The other one is a guy by the name of Reggie White.
Jesus.
So, it would cost a lot to get him. I don't even think just a straight-up trade for Hendrickson plus then the money. And I think he might be represented by Mulligetta, which
he is.
We all know how that's went with the Bengals. So it's probably just a bullshit thing in no world, just get trade done. But it's a fun thing to talk about. Yeah. So Dustin, we'll start with you. Would you make a trade, and what exactly would you give up, knowing it would probably have to include Trey Hendrickson for Micah Parsons plus something else?
Maybe we could be the saviors for David Mulligetta, and it turns into a long, fruitful relationship. You know what I mean? Like we saved them from this ordeal with the Cowboys and Jerry going around him.
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy. I guess it's Jerry's world. I'll ask you guys, what do you think our deepest room is currently?
It's close between wide receiver and tight end right now, but I got to go wide receiver.
Wide receiver. I agree. With that being said, I would trade for Micah. I'm all in for it. Like if we could do it, I'd do it. To be honest,
I
like
mean,
you
4
get
years
guy.
younger, right? 4 years younger alone. Plus, he's an incredible talent.
He moves around too. You can move him around a lot more.
Yes.
You know, and I don't want to feel like the Trey hater. So yeah, I would throw in Jermaine Burton for him too.
Oh,
Jermaine.
They got
Burton.
They got George Pickens. You're just telling the Cowboys to collect questionable character guys.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I think because the Cowboys are always trying to stack receivers, kind of like the Bengals do too. So I would float somebody from our deepest room.
I think it would be more draft picks, Dustin, because he also compared it to Khalil Mack, who got two first rounders, a third or whatever, a whole bunch of draft capital.
This is what would have to happen. Trey Hendrickson. I think the Cowboys say, if you're not offering us at least a first and a second, I'm hanging up the phone. I mean, that they're going to be asking for a shitload of.
They'll want a first for sure.
Easily. No,
they'll want a first plus Trey, but I would not give them that. This would be where I'm at, stranger. It's what I said to Greg before the show started. I said I would be willing to give Trey and a second rounder for Micah Parsons, and that's it. I am a person who values first round picks and the contract structure of first round picks. So I would not give a first round pick plus Trey. I would get so maybe you could talk me into Trey and 2 number 2s. Probably not, honestly. I would say maybe a third or fourth on top of the second and Trey, but yeah, that would be about it. But either way, I don't think it's happening. I don't think it's in the realm of possibility, but just a fun little thing to talk about because he's requesting a trade. A trade deal has not happened yet.
Yeah. That's why I was throwing in more of a player swap than a pick swap, because I just know that they're just going to ask for a first rounder. So it's hey, we have this first round talent that's stashed in our wide receiver room. Could that compel them? I don't know.
You go back to Myles Garrett. Remember how he said, I'm not playing for Cleveland anymore. All of a sudden, Cleveland opened their checkbook. I'm playing for Cleveland. We're winning a Super Bowl.
Exactly, Greg. I expect that to happen. Just like Terry McLaurin wants a trade, and I don't know how far apart they are, but I do think if he's wanting $30 million and they're like, no, you're 30 years old, you're almost 30 years old, we're not giving you $30 million. I don't blame Terry for being like, well, I want traded then, and there's going to have to be some people cave.
I actually think the Commanders' contract with Terry McLaurin is way further apart than Parsons and the Cowboys. It's the Cowboys, so they're getting the hype,
Well, did you guys hear with the Cowboys, with Micah Parsons, so he wants them to talk to his agent, and they're refusing to talk to his agent. They want to deal directly with him, which is the craziest thing.
Right. You have to.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. But, but back to Terry McLaurin. I'm like Washington, look, you have Jaden Daniels on rookie contract. Sign him now to a 3-year deal. And by the time his 3-year deal's up, that's when you pay Jaden. But, I mean, I get the 29. I didn't know he was that old at 29. But, if you're playing a good year, it's just – what is the age now for a receiver that starts declining, in your guys' opinion?
30.
Which is why it's a little bit – but he's been all they've had. He's been like a guy who's done everything right for that franchise. Right. And I feel like Trey has for us too. Yeah. But, I mean, I know Dustin would – I'm sure you will tell me the opposite, and you have kind of told me the opposite. You can't put your feelings into this. You can't put what you've done. It is a business. And when that decline hits, you don't want to be looking back for the next 2 years saying, I've got 30 million plus. This is a part Trey conversation, part Terry McLaurin, part a lot of things. Now for Trey, I will say this though. I do think Trey is the type of work ethic guy that his play's not going to fall off. You know what I mean? I think he's either all in or all out. And he loves football so much that and he's just a warrior. He's had some back stuff, which could go against signing Trey long-term. But Dustin, do you still have concerns in general about signing Trey Hendrickson long-term and why at his age?
Yeah, I do. I'm not a big fan of extending contracts in the 30s. I'm just not. It's just the fall off. It happens. It hits us in the face. We don't expect it. None of us. We think this player is going to be a unicorn. We might get another good year out of Trey. I'm fine with like a fully guaranteed like 1 year contract extension. But man, when you look at a lot of the bad teams in the NFL, they're constantly doing these types of contracts and it's biting them in the ass,
Yeah.
So I think there's something on the other side you got to be prepared for. I mean, am I going to be mad if they give him this like 3 year, whatever he wants? I mean, like in the moment, no, it's whatever. But I'm also like hindsight in a couple of years and like, well, kind of warned you, So,
oh, Dustin, look how well panned out. We were, like me included, when we got Dunlap and Geno extended in their 30s. I mean, you guys at the time, I was happy as hell. Wow, we got these both extended, but as good as they were, it just like you said, Dustin, it's just not. I will be happy we get Trey, but I get your side of the story though, Dustin. I'm like TJ Watkins. I know he hasn't been hurt in 2 years, but TJ Watkins, that 3 year deal, Miles Garrett. The Browns just have to fuck everything up with these contracts. They have to fuck everything up.
Hey, Greg, have I been cutting in and out? Because it does. Okay, well, it does keep popping up unstable again. So I'm like, if I do, let me know. I'll come in as a guest. But all right, I was curious because it keeps popping it up on my screen, and I hate if it happens once during the show, whatever. I'm not going to be mad. But if it's happening all the time, then that's going to suck. But let me know. Just tell me.
You're good.
I got you.
But with these contracts, like. I think sometimes like we get caught up in the money and stuff like that. If you put yourself in like the mind of an owner, the thing that they're most fearful about is being irrelevant, right? And they want to prevent against that. Now, so I think like the Cowboys, they live off irrelevancy, right? Like there's a lot of thoughts that maybe Jerry Jones just likes being like competing for the playoffs. Now you could say that about the Bengals organization as well. But I think a lot of times with these contracts, and why there's such holdups in their orders is first the guaranteed money. Like you said, Greg, the Browns opened the floodgate with the Watson contract. I think the owners are trying to reel that back a little bit. I don't think they love it, obviously. And I think owners are just like looking long term, like we don't want to have this like 2 to 3, 4 year fall off. We're irrelevant to merch is not being sold, tickets. So I think that goes into these decisions as well, to be honest.
I do want to get to the topic of the show is the offensive line, do we feel like the offensive line is improved from last season to this season? It's a point blank question. Greg, I'll let you answer it first. Do you think the offensive line right now is improved from last year and why?
No.
That size says a lot.
I'm Mr. Positive here, but I mean, Fairchild, we're all excited for. I mean, Kappa, Dustin, I think you can vouch for that. Kappa, we had to move on from him. But if we're talking improve, that's like saying we're improving from a piece of bread with salt on it to a somewhat okay grilled cheese sandwich, then yes.
Yes. That's a good.
All right. I'll kind of give my thoughts before Dustin. I can't say we're improved right now. Is there a world where we are improved because Fairchild at left guard? Sure, because Volson and Kappa were both really bad at both guard spots. Yeah. And I think Fairchild will have his share of struggles. And Jerry, I agree with you. That's a reason to be optimistic too. We've got a new O-line coach in Scott Peters, and whatever was happening with the old O-line coach, I don't think was helping these guys. Like, obviously, Mims is a freak of nature when he's healthy. Karras was a veteran who cut his trade elsewhere. Orlando Brown, a veteran who cut his trade elsewhere. I don't think Pollock was bringing young guys up. So Fairchild specifically could be really good if Scott Peters is good at his job. He can develop this guy and make him a really good guard in the NFL, and I expect him to be really good. I do expect him to have a share of struggles because a lot of offensive linemen struggle as rookies. It's just facts. Now, I am much, much more concerned about the right guard situation. And this is where I don't know if we're better. And I know that Alex Kappa won the triple frown, as we coined it. He was just the worst at giving up pressure, sacks, everything at that guard position. But is Cody Ford better? Is Lucas Patrick better? I can't sit here today and say they're honestly better players. They could be just as bad. Like, they've had a lot of times in their careers where they've been just as bad and worse than Kappa when he was at his best. Now he declined with age, but it's not like Lucas Patrick and Cody Ford are some young developing in their prime guys. They're both older, especially Patrick. He's been in the league for 10 years. So I am super concerned about right guard. If we went out and signed an actually good right guard, like a Will Hernandez, a Brandon Scherf, who's even as Scherf's gotten older, has still been very good in pass protection, I would feel so much better about this line. I worry about Mims' health, but that's just always going to be a worry that I have. And now he's got the hand injury. Overall, I think there's a world where this line's better, but sitting here right now on August 1st, I can't say it's better because I'm terrified of the right guard position and the left guard position scares me. But I do think a guy like Jalen Rivers is a really good swing tackle, and he's been getting reps with Mims out at right tackle. I do like that addition. You know, I like Fairchild being young. A Seth McLaughlin, who I kept off my 53 roster, which I'll run through in a minute, but I like him. So I'm going to say no, I can't say it is right now. Dustin, maybe you'll tell me it is and tell me I'm a jackass.
No. I mean, I think I'm with you both on a lot of things. I think short term, no. I think long term, yes. I think we need the opportunity to let guys develop. Right?
Yeah, Fairchild.
We got to be patient. Yeah. Hell, we got to even be patient with Al Golden's defense, right? Like they're just installing their techniques, their systems. My concern is we're kind of old on the line, and I'm a big fan of like young players.
That was another point I was about to say. Is Karras is a year older. Orlando Brown starting to have some injuries and missed some time last year. Yes, that's another point of why that could go. Continue with that thought. That's good.
Well, Tony Pike had a report, and he said it was the left side of the line that was kind of caving in some of these practices. I found that interesting. I saw Shamar Stewart blow by OBJ on the outside, and that kind of scares me, not getting to his spot. So is he showing age? It's still preseason. We're still like, 7 days training camp. So we definitely got to be patient. I am optimistic of some of the depth that we've developed in the interior. I love seeing Jalen Rivers, training him into a swing tackle. I think the real key to this, however, is going to be health of both OBJ and Mims and Lucas Patrick. He needs to be healthy too, because my fear right now is I'm fine with Cody Ford being the swing player. Outside of that, we're asking like if Mims go down, like who, Jalen Rivers to come in and play right tackle. So the actual tackle depth kind of concerns me more. The right guard, I just don't be a tomato can, right? Like stand in front of your guy, block him for 3 seconds. You don't need to be dominant. Like that's all we need out of you. We don't need you to be a superstar. So although I'm concerned about the right guard, I'm actually more concerned about like some of the depth at the tackle positions right now, to be honest.
Dustin, your opinion on this. Ted Karras, even though he's up there, he's still playing at a decent level in his 30s. And you look at a lot of offensive linemen, they've lasted well. Some made it to their 40s. I mean, pretty much. Not all of them, but like Teddy Karras, would you be comfortable if they extended him for another year or two?
Yeah, I would be even like, we basically have 2 backup centers now, Matt Lee and Seth McLaughlin. And there's a lot of people that think Seth's going to be like a 10-year NFL just solid player. Like he's going to be a stud. So, I mean, I don't want to throw another rookie on the line, but I was thinking like, it'd be interesting to see a scenario if like one of those guys can come along, and play center and move Karras to right guard. That's an idea I've kind of thought about. I think I'm fine with the center being a little bit older with Karras. So I'd be fine with extending him, for another year as like kind of a bridge to the other guys. But
I don't think there has to be a rush to do it, to be fair, because I think Ted loves it here, and you can actually wait on Ted and see how he plays this year. Is there any decline? Because last year there was none. Now I could also understand if they want to extend him for another year, I understand it. But if they want to wait and see how he plays this year, I think he will gladly accept another contract at the going into next year. I don't think I don't think he wants to leave Cincinnati by any means.
No, he doesn't. He loves there. By the way, a quick fact: there's a lot of drama going on in Dallas. A bunch of Cowboys players now are changing their profile pics with them and Micah Parsons. So the Dallas players are pissed right now.
Yeah, they're just putting pressure on Jerry Jones. They're like, man,
Right.
come on, you're jerking this guy around. He's one of our best players on the team. Get it done.
Right.
Yeah.
But he
we'll
has
see.
to. Yeah, we'll see. But like I say, like you said, Dale, he wants to stay. I want Teddy to stay here for as long as I can. Not just because he's a well-loved player here, but he is playing at a great level still in his 30s and all that. So, and he's a great leader, great locker room guy. You see what he does to the community. I want every last bit of Teddy I can get.
Yeah.
I want to pick up the O-line conversation in a second. So I put out a 53 because Santori was doing one, and he's like, I got a couple spots I don't know. And I was like, well, I haven't done one yet, so I should probably do a 53-man roster, just kind of look through. And this is like early training camp. I expect a little to change. It should change. You should have some guys flash in preseason that win some jobs. But so here's my early 53. We'll go position by position and talk about them. I think at quarterback, I got two guys because I think you can have an emergency quarterback, and I think that'll be Des Ridder, who will be on the practice squad. But I have Burrow and Browning. Do you guys have a difference there? Do you think Ridder can really push? And I'll ask you first, Dustin, because I know Greg will probably say he can.
I think Ritter's about a year away still. I think that was good bringing him in with Browning kind of winding down on his contract. I still think Browning's going to be number 2 just because the familiarity and they've seen him in action. So I don't think we'll see much change there.
Greg?
I'll tell you how I feel. Yeah, I actually do. I feel how I really, really feel. No. To be honest with you guys, look, I'm a homer with Ridder. I love Ridder. Dustin, you put the words right in my mouth. They're pretty much training Ridder to be Browning's number 2. Now, could Ridder push Browning? Sure, but it's probably not going to happen because they got a lot of faith in Browning. But my question to you guys is this. Could somebody rob us on the practice squad and take Ridder?
I mean, what? I mean, they could have brought him in this whole time, and he was still out there until we brought him in. I just don't see it. And you're able to, like, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of movement now. Guys like the familiarity. Yeah, it happens during season because the injuries pop up, but I don't think at cut-down day somebody's like, oh, I got to have him as my number 2 quarterback.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. As long as Ridder, like I said, you guys are right. I'm a little excited. Don't get me wrong. I love Ridder, but yeah, that's what I think they're trying to do deep down inside. I mean, I'm being a homer. I just love having my UC guys on the team, and I liked Ridder a lot. So we'll see what happens here.
And then running back, I think the Bengals made it very easy when they cut Zach Moss because, if he was healthy and stuff and the way he restructured his contract, I was kind of thinking, okay, maybe they're going to keep 4 running backs and less on tight end. That was before Fant, too. But I think it's 3 guys. I think it's Brown, Brooks, P. Ryan. The order on who gets the number 2 snaps, I hope Brooks does. Honestly, we've talked about that. But do you guys see anybody else? This may be the easiest position to project if everyone stays healthy. They go with 3 running backs, and that's pretty damn good 3 running backs.
Keep it how it is. That's what I want. Dustin. Man,
two youth and a veteran. I think that's the perfectly balanced running back room.
Yes.
Yeah, and so I'll move to tight end next. Gesicki, I'm always going to list it as a tight end. That's what he's listed on the depth chart.
Sure.
Gesicki, Fant, I think Drew Sample's not going anywhere. As you mentioned, he's here under contract for this year and next. And then I have Cam Grandy, so I don't have Tanner Hudson or Tanner McLaughlin. I have them cutting them. I have them keeping 4 total. I think Grandy for the blocking because you have Fant for the receiving with Gesicki, and then behind Sample having a Grandy. And they had Grandy up last year and not McLaughlin. They brought him up from the practice squad and played him over McLaughlin, who was on their 53 already. So to me, I think that's the 4 at tight end. Do you guys see it shaking out any different, or could they keep 5 on the roster like they did last year?
Clearly, they don't see anything McLaughlin. I mean, Dustin, I forget if we talked about this. I don't know what your take on this. I was excited for McLaughlin coming out, but clearly they don't see it with him because Gandy, who they just got from out of nowhere last year, they put in a lot of times for run blocking. So you got your 2 receivers in Gesicki and Fant, and you got your 2 blockers in Sample and Gandy. So I think that's how it is. Tanner Hudson, I think we can agree that it's just a matter of time with him.
See, I will say that's for Tanner Hudson, though. I think he has a better chance than McLaughlin to make it because he flashed on special teams.
That's true. You're right.
That's where the roster balancing, it's almost like, do you keep 5 tight ends because Hudson, because we got to dedicate players to for their special team specialization, So that always that's something where it makes the roster sometimes not as obvious to us as we think.
For sure.
Yeah, because when you look at these 4 tight ends, I'm 100% in on that, but then they're also Tanner Hudson's such a contributor to special teams, so it's where do you land him? So
I think Grandy will have to flash on special teams in preseason probably to make it over Hudson if they only keep 4.
Right.
And I think McLaughlin, I haven't seen one highlight of McLaughlin or heard anything about McLaughlin again in camp. Not one.
Well, I'm pissed because the prince that was promised us, Cole Taylor, got let go, but it was for Noah Fant. But
yeah, and suck it, Crip or Sindustries, whichever one of you was telling me you wanted to break down a Cole Taylor. I knew what I was doing. I knew the whole time what I was doing. I didn't need to watch Cole Taylor and give you a breakdown from West Virginia because he ain't here no more.
Right. But no, but we got to remember too, it's not really 5 tight ends because Gesicki is technically a slot. He'd just be taking the spot of another receiver. So
he's still a tight, but he's still. But
you
could go.
Dale.
It goes into the wide receiver conversation, Greg. So I'll say on my 53 breakdown, I have 6, and I think they could easily go 5. I would go 5 to keep some guys I had to leave off my 53. Okay. Cedric Johnson, I left off my 53. I hate that because I love him. I left off Seth McLaughlin because we'll talk about that in a minute. Why? But I love him. And even Shaka Hayward, because I think Sean Meta, but I think that's a good battle for the 5th linebacker spot. But wide receiver, I got 6. Obviously, Chase Higgins, Joseph Burton. I am leading the Isaiah Williams hype train. It's not going to slow down, boys. Isaiah Williams is out there with the ones. I see him in there with the ones. They're going 4 receiver sets, and that could change with Fant here, and I could see that a little less on some clips and in preseason. But I think he's flashed. I think he's a good returner. I think he's younger than Charlie Jones, but I'd still have Charlie Jones making the roster because he's flashed some too. They like him. They have 3rd-round draft capital in him, still on his rookie contract. But I could easily see Charlie Jones not making this roster to keep a 5th tight end, to keep an extra D lineman, to keep an extra O lineman. I could see a lot of these things. But I have 6 wide receivers. I think this is a good conversation now to have. And Greg's just itching to get in on this conversation. So, Greg, are they cutting Andre Osavash?
Stop it. But I'll tell you this, Dale. I'll tell you this. When I was at training camp, I wish I had my camera on in a couple of places. Isaiah Williams, man, he's making catches like this near the sideline, man. He is all over the place making catches. Dale, I will side with you on the Isaiah Williams try. I would not be shocked. Charlie Jones, I think it's the injury history. But like you said, we have a 3rd-round pick in Charlie Jones, and he has flashed too, like you said. But the problem is, though, man, just the injury history. That's just, I think, what scares me. The preseason, that's going to be a big battle right there, is Charlie Jones and Isaiah Williams. But, dude, Isaiah Williams, Dale, constantly making plays in training camp. Just unbelievable. So I'm with you on that. I am not going to bitch if they keep Isaiah Williams over Charlie Jones. Sorry, Cincy James. I like Charlie Jones still, but yeah.
I mean, we'll always have Chuck Sizzle and always have the Chuck Sizzle t-shirt, which is fine.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dustin, your thoughts on the receivers? Do they keep 5? Do they keep 6? They keep 6 a lot of years, but this is a year I feel like they could keep 5 because they have Fant and Gesicki.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I was a huge fan of Isaiah Williams when they picked him up. Say what you will about the Bengals, but we're always kind of good on the waiver wire pickups, I feel like. Would you say that the true competition on how we balance the roster is actually between Charlie Jones and Tanner Hudson? Because that will, whoever contributes more value to special teams, that would actually dictate if we keep 6 receivers or 5 tight ends.
That's a good question.
I think
they're different position groups, but battling for the same job, so to speak.
Yeah, a little bit, yes. Like Charlie Jones, he maybe needs to show. Maybe Charlie Jones needs to show something as on kickoffs.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Not returns, but on defensive kickoffs.
Yes.
He needs to show some of that to take that spot from Hudson. I think that's a good point, and it could be. Because, we say, well, Charlie Jones, he's got a kick return and punt return touchdown. That's rare. But I think Jermaine Burton overall is probably a better option as a kick returner. And I think Isaiah Williams is a better option as a pure punt returner. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if we're talking about Charlie Jones as a returner, hey, it's great and all, but he's getting older. He's the injury history, you cannot ignore it. He's injured every single season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why I would side with Williams over him for a roster spot. But I've got 6 on my early 53 projection. They'll just keep 6 and 4 at tight end. But I do think that is one of the bigger things to watch because even if it's not Tanner Hudson and keeping 5 tight ends, I think it could be because they add another spot for a D lineman or an O lineman or somewhere else on the roster that they keep an extra player, a linebacker. And that also could be special teams for Shaka Hayward to make it, that they keep a 6 linebacker and cut Charlie Jones and Tanner Hudson both. So I think special teams is going to factor in a lot for the end of the roster spots, as it always does, and it should, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys remember on the old episodes of Hard Knocks, we were talking about fullbacks, what fullback is going to make the roster, and we don't even deal with that position anymore.
Yeah.
So I'll go to O-line next. I got 10 guys making it. There's years they've only kept 9.
Right.
But I like 10. I like, especially you got Brown, who was hurt last year. You've got Mims with the hand already and injured a lot. So I've got Brown, Fairchild, Karras, Ford, and Mims. I think as of now, that's probably your starting 5. And I feel very safe that those 5 will be on the roster. But also I think Lucas Patrick is going to be on the roster, who's back at practice. Matt Lee, I don't know if he's back to practice yet, but as long as he's healthy, see, that is where Seth McLaughlin could push. Like if Lee gets injured, I think Seth could push more then for a spot. And he probably will anyways, if he can show he's healthy. That's the thing. When does he ramp up? Does he play in preseason games for McLaughlin? Because that's questions I have. Then you have Jalen Rivers, swing tackle. He's not going anywhere. He's getting snaps as the right tackle. He's a rookie. Cordell Volson I have on the 53. Listen, maybe his spot shouldn't be guaranteed. But as of right now, he took that pay cut. I know Zach Moss did too, and they still cut him. But I think I've seen him getting snaps at right guard, and he can play left guard, and he played tackle at North Dakota State in college. He's gotten snaps at center. For what universe? That's probably a Frank Pollock universe that the Bengals would never do. But he was getting snaps at center when Frank Pollock was here in practice. And I have Devin Cochran. And this is the one that on Twitter people did not like. I will say this. This is a projection based on what I'm seeing from the Bengals. It isn't necessarily, hey, here's what I'll do. But Devin Cochran, I've seen out there a lot with the 2s. I've seen him at tackle. And I know Jalen Rivers is the swing tackle. But if Mims is out, and if Cody Ford is your starting guard, and he's been running with the 1s because Lucas Patrick's out and things like that. But if Ford is your starting guard and there's an injury, well, it's like, well, Ford can play tackle. Do they want to move Ford and then also have to move? You'd have to move 2 guys in instead of 1. And I don't think you necessarily want that. That's the reason I could see Devin Cochran sneaking into that 10th spot. Somebody on Twitter mentioned Jackson Kirkland. I like that because he has the flexibility for tackle and guard, and they kept him on the 53 last year.
Right.
So I'm not ruling him out, but I just put Cochran there because I've seen him in earlier so far with the practice guys getting snaps. I don't love it, but Devin Cochran could be a sneaky guy to be on the back end of that O-line room. Dustin, I'll let you kick this off. Your thoughts on the O-line, keeping 10? Maybe they even keep 9. They've done it before.
Yeah, I think it depends upon the development of Rivers as a swing. I think you're accurate now based upon like the knowledge that we have that Cochran would be there. So I think 10 is safe because you're probably going to want to have in a pinch both Rivers and Cochran as, the offensive tackle backups. I'm fine with this. I would love to see what the reports of Jackson Kirkland has looked like instead of Volson. I know they like him a lot, but to your point, and based upon what you're seeing, and this is how you put this together, Volson's getting snaps with the 1s and 2s, so you kind of got to put him on here for now until like we see some preseason games to see who's performing. So that being said, long story short, I'm pretty fine with this list. This makes total sense to me.
Now, how about specifically McLaughlin, who I haven't seen him practice yet, right? Like I know he's cleared, but has he had a single practice that he?
I don't think so. I think they're going to try to stash him away for a year, give him like a year to come out of this Achilles injury still, develop. So
will they try to stash him on the 53 though? I think that's what Bengals fans are worried about is like this could be a piece for the future, a long-term replacement at center, a guy who could have been, maybe a 4th round pick at center. Yeah. And instead he goes undrafted because of the injury. But hey, he's back from the injury. But is he back? Because I don't think he's back. I got to see him play in preseason before I'm putting him on my 53. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Like, I like the guy. Hell, I'm a Buckeye homer, right, Crip? Yeah. Well, Greg, your thoughts on that? Go ahead.
I need your Bengals phone right now. You know why? Because I got to call Risner, Sheriff, or Hernandez right now. That's what I need to do right now. Sorry. Yeah, thank you.
The banana phone.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are way more smarter than this I am with offensive line. But bottom line is this: I mean, it's just, it's unfinished. It's just give me one more guard. But like, if we have to go into this, can we get by? I think sure. I mean, are we better than that Super Bowl year with our offensive line? Absolutely. We are.
Well, imagine that 10, Greg. Imagine that 10 right off the bat. If you got, let's just go the high end of it because I think Sheriff is still a very good pass protector and would be a great pick at right guard. Let's just say you got Brandon Sheriff. Automatically, Cody Ford goes back to that swing guy as a tackle and guard. So Cochran is off of my 53 right away. Now, McLaughlin still got maybe McLaughlin beats out Volson for the 10th spot. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it kicks Cochran out right away, and I think a lot of people would feel better about that if you're keeping 10.
Dude, okay. This is where I'm at right now, the offensive line. 10 being hell yeah, 1 being no. I'm at a 5.5 right now.
I was about to say 5.5. Yeah, 5.5 because I need to see it from the guards, and I still got some concerns with the depth.
If I can get a Brandon Sheriff, that goes to a 7, and I'm fine with that. Where does that go for you guys? If we just get Sheriff, Risner, or Hernandez, say we're at 5.5. Let's all agree, 5.5. What number, if we sign one of those 3, to me, that's a 7 right there, and I'm perfectly cool with that.
Yeah.
I'd say a 7.23, and I still got Wood.
Cool. Me too.
Just looking at this shows that like, NFL life comes at you fast. Like our offensive line, like I said before, is like already old. Brown, Karras. Both like Cody Ford and Patrick. It's just kind of crazy. We're like we're gonna have to start like really doubling down in the draft on getting some younger guys in here. Yes.
And that's why I like the Fairchild and Rivers pick, like because you got to continuously bring guys in and take those shots in the draft. Even 3rd through 5th round, which is where both those guys went. That is the perfect spot to take shots at offensive linemen. And listen, I know the history isn't great for the Bengals in that area, Deontay Smiths of the world, but that can't scare you away from taking shots because every now and then you get a Dominic Pooney in the 3rd round. That's just a stud from day one for the Niners that I would have loved to got before. T. Brookie asked, before we move on to defense, Andrew Stuber, Andrew Coker. There's also Caleb Etienne at tackle. Any chance for any of those guys? I don't think so. I think practice squad. I don't think any of them's pushing for a roster spot, to be honest. I mean, maybe like they could push over Cochran, but I highly, highly doubt it.
Well, Dale, like I was kind of talking to you about this a little bit. Like, I guess it's easy to say guard, but like, does the scheme matter? Like, how many types of schemes are there in an offensive line? Like, help me out here, right?
I mean, yeah, are you a zone blocking team? Right. This, that, and the other, do you want a more athletic lineman? There is differences.
But I mean, if this guy's really good, he could probably pick up the pace, right? I mean, like Sheriff, man, he's been like a top 10 guard the past 10 years, you could argue. Is he up there with Quentin Nelson? Probably not, but he's in the top 5. But I mean, for someone like him, I think he could learn anything, right?
Yeah, and I just give me good offensive linemen. Yes. I'm not going to worry about that for the Bengals specifically. Yes. Especially give me good pass blockers because we can like Chase Brown all we want, But if you can pass block, I'm going to want you on my team more than just a mauling run blocker, personally. How about you, Dustin?
Yeah. I mean, just looking at even bringing in Brandon, he still scored pretty high in pass pro. And
Yeah, his run blocking fell off, especially per PFF.
Yeah, the overall grade 64. So I mean, he's still
that's still be good for us. That's the thing.
I know.
But the pass blocking was still wasn't it like an 80? Are you
74?
74. Okay.
Yeah, which ranked him 19th amongst 136 guards. So pretty damn solid still,
Yeah, a lot better. Imagine putting in the guy who was 19th among how many?
Yeah, 136 guards.
Okay, well, Alex Cabell is 136.
Yeah.
So, imagine how much better 19 would be than 136. Yeah, so I definitely would still love to see an upgrade there. And Cody Ford, I thought Cody Ford looked good as he's that guy you want in a pinch, an injury to play. I thought he looks better on the left side too. If he was going to compete for a guard spot, I would rather him be competing at left guard. Now, we have Fairchild. I think Fairchild would beat him out. But, just to put him in at right, he's played right guard. He's played right tackle. He hasn't been good on the right side. Some guys are more natural from the left side. Cody Ford played good for Orlando Brown at left tackle. I think Cody Ford is more natural on the left side. And that's another concern for me that I'm why the hell is Cody Ford just our right guard right now?
Okay,
it just makes no sense.
This is my way of describing Cody Ford. I'm going to go to my food thoughts here. Cody Ford is like my Caesar salad and all that and stuff. I like it, but I'm not going to use it. If I get a cheeseburger, I'm getting fries with that burger. I don't have my fries right now. That's Brandon Sheriff, Dalton Risner, or what's his name, or Hernandez. So I don't have my fries. But Cody Ford is like my salad. And there's nothing wrong with my Caesar salad, but that's my starter. But I will never in my life replace fries with the salad and all that. But their salad's still good. But I don't have my fries. Give me my fries.
This guy.
I mean, I just think no tomato cans. As long as we don't have that, whoever.
Or no tomatoes in my salad, at least, right?
Yeah. Whoa, no, calm down.
But if you look at the NFL, there's just not really a lot of good lines. So you just need these guys to be stand in front of your fucking guy, block him for 3 seconds. That's all I need out of you, right guard. And don't fuck up on twists and stunts.
We have, your
guy,
when I play Madden, man, someone's always going to be wide open. Just give me 2 seconds is all I ask for.
Yeah.
Give him his fries. Put the fries in the bag, right?
Yes, put the fries in the bag.
And Pork Chop, I figured you'd be home by now. You'd be hopping on. Tell us all about your Gatlinburg experience here, because he's wondering what the fuck you're talking about, Greg.
We need to go not listen to some Pork Chop. My fries are out there in free agency right now. I had my Caesar salad, which is fine for the time being.
Are they Rally's fries? Are they Five Guys Burgers and fries? Those are good fries. Because if they're McDonald's fries, then fuck, McDonald's fries sucks. And Marissa loves McDonald's fries. I think McDonald's fries are basic Becky fries.
All right, I'm not worried. No. Rally's fries. We're talking Rally's fries here. That's Quentin Nelson. You're not going to get that. Give me Burger King fries that are satisfying.
No, those are mid as fuck too, man.
Oh, would you stop it, Dale? Would you stop it?
If you're going to Burger King, you get a Whopper. You don't get their. You don't go to Burger King to get their fries.
Okay, fair enough. I go there for the Whopper, but the point I'm making is this, man. So, Chop, to restart what I'm saying is because I don't have my fries, I need a pickup. But the salad is still a great asset to have, but it's not going to be my starter. If you think I'm going to replace my fries, my salad, get out of here.
Well, he didn't need you to explain it again. He just don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Anyways, defensive line. Moving on to my 53 projection, my early 53. That's the thing, man. No one needs to get mad about this, but it sparks good conversation. So I'm glad that's.
I don't see Michael Parsons on here. I don't see Michael Parsons.
Michael Parsons is not on my 53. I have Trey Henderson. A deal's going to get done. I see no world where it don't get done. It may. I have said this all along. I can still see this man setting out game 1.
Yeah, me too.
Like Chris Jones did, and then he'll sign. It'll get done, but he don't want to miss those game checks. And the Bengals obviously know they need him. for a pass rush. But either way, Hendrickson, Miles Murphy, TJ Slayton, BJ Hill. That's my starting D-line going into this season, most likely. Then obviously Shamar Stewart, your first-round pick, Joseph Osai, Chris Jenkins, McKinley Jackson. Those 8 are locks on the defensive line. Locks. And then I've got Cam Sample. Now, would I have Cam Sample over Cedric Johnson? No. Cedric Johnson is 22 years old. Cedric Johnson has flashed every time he's played.
Yep.
I personally love Cedric Johnson. Think that was a steal in the 6th round. But the Bengals, and from what I've seen, Cam Sample is in there a lot. Cam Sample is playing on the inside, which is something he did at the Senior Bowl when he was coming out. Cam Sample's in there with the 2s. Cam Sample's sometimes in there with some of the 1s. Cam Sample isn't going anywhere because the coaches love Cam Sample. I think Cam Sample, as of right now, is fully on this 53-man roster over Cedric Johnson. I don't like it because I love Cedric Johnson, but that's how I feel it's going. And then the last spot, the 10th defensive lineman I have, is Taven Bryan, former first-round pick, just a solid veteran at D-tackle that gives you 5 edge, 5 D-tackles, which is usually how they keep that split. This kicks my guy Cedric Johnson off of there, and it pisses me off. Howard Cross, obviously, all these other guys at D-tackles, I think Bryan takes that spot as a veteran. But what are you guys' thoughts on the D-line? And sometimes they've kept 11, sometimes they've kept 9, but 10's a good spot that they usually keep. This is a spot that I would kick Charlie Jones off my team personally and keep Cedric Johnson because I think he's just so good.
I agree with you, Dale.
And no, I don't think he would make the practice squad.
No, Dale, I agree with you. I mean, like Cam Sample, he showed signs of flash. I feel like ever since we drafted him, I remember the NFL, like a lot of draft experts were very high on him. And I know he got hurt at times. It just never seemed like he formed. And I have nothing against him, but I mean, Cedric Johnson, like you say, he's like, 22 years old with so much potential still. Give me like Dustin, what did you say? Keep him young. Let's keep him young right here, man. Get all that fire.
Whoa, Epstein. Calm down, Epstein.
No, I didn't mean, oh, God. No. Sorry,
Yeah.
man. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yeah.
You said it. I didn't.
No, Dale, I didn't mean just keep him. Oh.
So I was thinking like they like Sample's ability to stop the run. I actually just pulled up Cedric Johnson's run defense. He scored actually higher than his pass rush grade in run defense. I'm kind of surprised like that.
Well, coming out, he was like 265. Like, he's a stout, big dude. And
Yeah,
I love everything about him.
Yeah, so with that being said, or I kind of wonder if there's a world in which they just are trying to give Sample a chance, so they're playing him a lot, knowing he's coming off the injury.
Maybe.
Right? And they just like, let's see what he's got because sometimes when I think players are getting reps in a training camp, it's to kind of evaluate if they're going to be on the team or not, like if they're coming off an injury. So I wonder if they're just like really like putting them through the ringer just to see if this is even a guy that we can count on coming back from this injury now, you know? So I'm with you. I'd rather have Cedric Johnson in that 10 over Cam Sample.
Yeah.
Love you, Cam, but you know,
same
what
here.
it is. Yeah.
Is there anybody else that you think could make a push on the D-line? Like Metelvin again, they brought in Eric Gregory, Howard Cross at D-tackle. There's no edge that stands out to me, but D-tackles, you know, they got some young guys. If they flash in preseason, maybe make a run.
Cross may have a chance just because he played with Al Golden Notre Dame, maybe, possibly. But other than that, Dale, what you kind of talked about, I don't see it, man.
Yeah. No, it seems like those are definitely prime, like, practice squad guys. I don't know.
Yeah, which I feel good about those guys on the practice squad, to be fair.
So.
If you have Howard Cross and Eric Gregory, Metelvin again, if he makes it to the practice squad as a veteran, because we're picking up guys off the street early in the season last year, and exactly. I don't love that. So, you know, I do like the depth there that they've kind of managed to coddle together, you know, since the undrafted free agency and free agency here lately for D tackle, because that was a spot I was terrified about. I wish they'd kind of be the same at the guard position. Linebacker next, I think Knight, Wilson, Burks, and Carter are locks.
Yeah.
And they typically keep 5 a lot of times. So Jean Meta is who I put in my 53, but I think him and Shaka Hayward looks so good versus the Steelers at the end of the season. A guy really, undrafted guy coming out of Duke that I really like. And he's entering his 3rd year where Jean Meta is entering his 2nd. But they're similar age guys. They're both pretty good players. Both of them can give you special teams value. How do you guys see that one shaking out?
Go ahead, Dustin.
Man, I know John Meta kind of got the became a fan favorite, and I love him too. He's a thumper. But man, the way that Shaka Hayward can move around, I'm a big fan of his. If you go back to watching that Steelers game, the way he was shooting gaps in their run game, yeah, I would in this list, I would prefer him instead of John Meta. As much as I love Meta, I just think Shaka Hayward, to your point, coming out of Duke, like big fan of his coming out, and like when he was given opportunities last year, he was really, really solid. So, and I know John Meta was out there too and did some stuff, but he wasn't. It seemed like when it got down to the crunch towards the end of last year, that they liked having Shaka on the field more.
Yeah, like, hey, if we got to play a guy at linebacker, it was Shaka over. But we got a new D coordinator. We'll see how it all shakes out. And preseason is going to be huge. And obviously, that's where Jean Meta won a 53 spot. Yeah. He was incredible in the preseason. So,
like you guys were saying, he was incredible in preseason. But Shaka Hayward, man, he just came really high near the end and all that.
Yeah.
I'm going to side with you guys. I'm going to take Shaka over him right now.
It may be the biggest thing I'm watching in preseason is those 2 linebackers.
Same. I think they're in the battle. I really do.
Because I know it's like, oh, special teams is where they're going to play. They're not going to be starting. But what they do in preseason overall will be like, we can't lose this guy over this one if, one of them balls. And I expect them both to have good preseasons and make it a very tough call for the Bengals.
Mm-hmm. Like Golden likes athletic linebackers that can blitz. So, I mean, whoever can show more of that in his scheme, that will definitely give them the leg up.
Wade, what are we wrong about? I think it'll be a battle the whole way. I have Jean Meta on my 53. So if I'm wrong, you must like Shaka Hayward. I'm with you, Wade. Come on now, 740, baby.
I like the Shaka,
Yeah.
Defensive backs, they usually keep 10, 6 corners, 4 safeties. So for corners, I got Hill, CTB, Turner, Newton. I think those 4 are locks. I think DJ Ivy and Marco Wilson are also locks. Like, I think it's pretty straightforward on the 6 corners that make it. I know Marco Wilson's dealing with an injury, so maybe if he had to miss some time, that would be something. But right now, those are my 6, and then it's pretty solid as my 4 safeties: Battle, Stone, Anderson, and Anthony. If I just had to lock in defensive backs, I think those 10. Is there anybody that could surprise, that could make a run for this that you guys think?
Dustin, you go deeper than I do, but that seems like the most obvious position right there to lock in for the season, in my opinion.
I really loved Marco Wilson in the limited time that he played for us last year. He does have the injury, but I know the Bengals coaches love Jalen Davis as well.
Yeah.
So
and just kind of the guy that stayed around, but they've been able to keep him on the practice squad too until they need him.
Yeah, true. So that could be somebody, because I know they had him playing it's. I think the question here is like they were who's the nickel back? Who do you think?
I think it's Dax. I've been saying that, and then I think Newton can play that and outside.
Yeah, because they were going to say, what was it in minicamp? They're like Newton in the slot or Newton as the nickel. And now it's almost like flipped, where it's like, maybe they stick. Maybe they stick. Oh, Jesus, what the fuck? I'm having a brain fart here.
Dax Hill.
Dax Hill. Yeah, maybe they stick him there as the nickel now, because he did play pretty well, I think, in that role before, and that's what he did a lot in Michigan. So, I kind of like that as your outside corners being Newton, CTB, Turner first one off the. I mean, he played really well the other day.
Yeah, that's 5 pass breakup. I almost got sold my stock, and thank God I didn't. So I'm still a DJ Turner guy, and he balled out, and he's hungry, right? I think they bumped him down and was having other guys starting and pissed him off.
Well, no, Dan was gonna say right when you said that, man, he's been tearing it up at camp, hasn't he?
Yeah, five pass breakups.
Oof.
One practice yesterday.
Dale, he heard you, Dale. Dale, this is the same deal, Dale. The same deal with who's the
Will
guy?
Benson. Will Benson.
Yes, the same deal with Benson. Keep doing what you're doing, Dale.
Yep, reverse jinx.
Would you say the actual competition would be between CTP and Turner then?
I think they're like
no. I think they're both going to start on the outside, and I think Hill's going to start in the slot, and I think Newton's going to be that fourth guy that comes in certain packages. But also, any injury that happens, he is in that lineup, whether it's in the slot or on the outside, and they're going to continue to cross train him, which is what I thought all along. That's how I feel about the corners, and I think that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, that's something I'm really watching too as the season progresses. Of like because Newton played really well down the stretch last year on the outside corner. So I love how much competition we have in the DB room.
Yes.
And then safeties. Jordan Battles looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
Geno Stone, we're hoping, continues to look solid. I'm not seeing him get beat out there, so that's a good thing. And then Tyson Anderson making a push, for maybe some playing time. I haven't seen a lot of hype for Dejon Anthony in camp. But at the same point in time, this is a guy who has a little flexibility to play a little slot corner and safety.
Yeah.
So I think those 10 are pretty safe on my 53 heading into preseason games.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. It's I think what I'm most excited about in the DBs, you're just mentioning it, is just the interchangeability of them all. I love giving the wide receiver somebody else to look at, some different hands on you. So it'll be exciting to see because I know mini camp that CTB interception, he was in the slot. So it's going to be cool to see matchup related and not just sticking corners on one side, maybe having them, CTP down on a tight end. Cause I think that's where he actually excels is on the bigger guys. And then maybe the more twitchier receivers, like Turner's on them, kind of thing. So the matchup related thing really excites me.
Well, a lot of people think CTB would be a hell of a safety, and I'm not saying you're playing him at safety, but because I think he's definitely sticking at outside corner. He's in a pay year. I think he could have a big season. I think he's hungry to have a big season. But the way you move him around and the matchups that he's in is he could at times almost be like a safety, how you would view a safety in certain packages. So I do love the versatility, and obviously Dax has played safety. He's played outside corner, and if he's your slot guy, the versatility, all of that is very exciting. Special teams, 3 guys here for my 53, McPherson, Rico, Adamitis. But this may be the biggest camp battle there is. The biggest one, maybe Cal Adamitis and William Wagner from Michigan at long snapper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I still think
Who wins?
I think Alameda still. What do y'all think?
I don't know, man.
I have Adamitis for now, but William Wagner's younger, cheaper.
Cheaper. Yeah, it's didn't we have kind of some botched exchanges last year?
Yeah.
Or the operation, they like to call it in the special teams world, the operation on the field goal kicks were a little screwy, Yeah.
But McPherson looks good too. To say that, as we're talking about specialists here, McPherson has gone back to how he always kicked the ball and how he kicked the ball his rookie season. Then he tried to change it so he hit it more straight instead of a little draw on it. I'm not a golfer, but that's the kind of term that people talk about with how he likes to kick. I just want the damn thing to go through the uprights. And if that's what it takes, is you going back to how you kicked your entire life, I would just stick with it. I would stick with that, Evan. So, but he's looked good. Rico as a holder, because it's maybe it's Rico's fault, but he's obviously an excellent punter. But the snaps, there were some snaps. There were some snaps that wasn't the best snaps in the world from Cal Adamitis. He's no Clark Harris. I can say that. So Willie Wags, as Ryan Sparks calls him, has a chance to maybe win that job.
Willie.
But even if he doesn't, you got to remember when Clark got hurt making a tackle down the field, Cal Adamitis was on our practice squad. We had kept a long snapper on our practice squad. So either way, I think Wagner at worst is on the practice squad. He's one of those 16 practice squad spots.
Yep.
And, if an injury happens or Adamitis isn't performing, then he's caught up. I have Adamitis just because he's been here, for the consistency of the operation. But at the same point in time, Wagner's right in there. And that's your breakdown of special teams.
It's interesting. We brought no competition in for
kicker,
yeah,
and punter.
They didn't even screw around with it. They were just like, nope, you guys are getting all the reps.
Right. Well, Dale, I'll tell you what. Who is your gunner on the punt return, the punting team?
Tyson Anderson's one of them.
There you go.
Immediately, is that a role Jermaine Burton could fill from the receiver room? Is that a Chuck Sizzle role if he wants to make the roster? Marco Wilson. Marco Wilson's on your 53 as a corner. I think Marco Wilson, DJ Ivy. You're talking about those are guys that I think could be your gunners. But you usually have two, obviously. One on the left, one on the right. Breaking down football here on Bengals and Bruce.
Hey, we always break down the Chop Shop and Midwest Best Barbecue, proud sponsor of the show. We break them down all the time, and every time you break them down, there's nothing bad about them at all. Always something good. Nothing bad at all.
Ryan, you clearly haven't been paying attention. You haven't been watching the whole time. Just admitted it. He said we didn't talk returners. We did. I'm the leader of the Isaiah Williams hype train. Choo, choo. Isaiah Williams, baby. Let's get on that train. But when we were talking about Charlie Jones and if he makes this roster, we think maybe he might have to be a gunner. He might have to do some of that, on kickoff duties. Oh, you just got here. It's fair. It's fair, Ryan. I love you. I love you. But I think Isaiah Williams could be that punt return guy, and I think your number one kick returner could be Jermaine Burton, to where it makes Charlie Jones expendable for a roster spot. So when we were talking about roster spots for receivers, that's where we kind of talked about returners. I also can see them putting back a Tosh Brooks, a Samaje Perine on kickoffs, because you usually have two guys back there now, right? Am I wrong on that?
Yeah, two. You usually got it's kind of a split setup.
And it's mainly for one guy to block.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great role for Perine, personally, in my opinion. But I could see Chuck Fizzle.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the kickoff rule, the new kickoff rule, but they actually approved it. So there's going to be even more return opportunities. So I'd love to see Burton back there because he was a stud returning.
If that's his way to really show himself, obviously you look at the crowded receiving tight end room, Dustin. I think that's a definitely way giving Burton more punt return roles, and I'd be all for that, buddy.
Yeah, and hey, once again, Wade, 34 Perine. It's not about how fast he is; it's about him being that guy that blocks for a Jermaine Burton. I also think you could put a Tosh Brooks back there.
Yeah,
I think you could do some stuff there. But yeah, I'm not saying Charlie Jones isn't going to make this team. I haven't projected to make it, but I don't think he's guaranteed a spot by any means. He's got to flash. He's got to flash a lot on special teams and have a good preseason. And he mainly between now and week 1 has to stay healthy to even be in consideration. If he gets dinged up, I just cut the guy. He gets dinged up, I cut him. Sorry.
Yeah. It'd be the end of the rope for that. It's 3 years in a row injured. So, you can't really count on player. You can't hold them if they're just going to be injured all the time.
Right.
Anything else you guys want to talk about? I went through my 53. We talked about a hypothetical Micah Parsons for Trey Henderson plus trade, which we don't think will happen.
I got something. Obviously, there's a lot of people this doesn't matter, But the overall Madden offense, so Ravens and Eagles both have 94. Bengals have a 92 offense. What's your guys' take? I get with the Ravens, Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson. I totally get that. But it is ridiculous that how we're 2 points behind them. I'm sorry. The offensive line, I get that. But the weapons we have, that is disappointing right there. No, the Eagles should be at 94, but we should be up there with the Ravens. I'm sorry.
I don't think it matters.
It does.
Obviously, it doesn't matter. But it's a fun thing to talk about, just like the hypothetical trade. No, I'm with you. So I think it's fun to talk about. The Eagles, I think, definitely should be number one, coming off a Super Bowl, having Saquon Barkley, one of the best offensive line in the league. Jalen Hurts just plays incredible in Super Bowls. You can say what you want about him as an overall quarterback. I like Hurts, but you got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jahan Dotson. You got Dallas Goedert. You have so much talent.
Their offense was so stagnant. Like a lot of
at times.
But
talent-wise, you're talking about a Madden roster. So you're talking about a Madden roster, and just like all the ratings of the players add up. I think the Eagles clearly should be number one, where the Ravens shouldn't be on the same level as the Eagles is the wide receiver, right? Like,
thank you.
Ravens line is young, but it's good, and the Ravens line helps. Lamar obviously being a fraudulent 99 helps that for the ratings. Derrick Henry, obviously one of the best running backs in the game. Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely at tight end. You know what I mean? They got some good players that should help that offensive rating pump up. But if you're like, they're receivers, like Zay Flowers is pretty good. I no hate on Zay Flowers. Rashad Bateman's had some moments. They brought in DeAndre Hopkins, right?
Yes, they did.
Mm-hmm.
So my guess is it shouldn't be, but DeAndre Hopkins is still rated pretty high on Madden, is my guess. You know what I mean? Based on his career. And that's what helps them be up there with the Eagles. But yeah, I don't see it. I personally don't think they should be on the same level with the Eagles. And the Bengals are third, dude. I'm never going to complain. We all know. I mean, and Joe Burrow is a 97 and Jamar Chase is a 99. I mean, but to be fair, what would bump the Bengals offensive ratings down? The offensive line. The same thing we talked about to begin the show. The guard play. If they put Brandon Scherf on there, Greg, we'd be number one.
Yes, we would.
Dustin, your thoughts on Madden ratings and being angry for no reason about that?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, man. I'm stuck on the Eagles thing, and I get what you mean by the talent breakdown, but God, their offense was like a lot of games last year was just like, it was ugly. Like they would go like where their own fans were booing them. I mean, they're Super Bowl champions, so give them their flowers. I mean, with their talent, I can't hate.
And a good defense. They have a good defense. They drafted well. They've done a lot of things well on the like. If we had a mediocre defense, our offense would look better too.
Yeah,
that helps.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Yeah, their defense provides them with a lot of favorable like field position, stuff like that. I mean, I think
it's fries.
Yeah, give me my fries. By the way, guys, a quick up. Even though it's finalized, the Bengals officially post this from Katie Blackburn. We are glad to finalize this new lease agreement and solidify the future of the Bengals in Cincinnati for many years to come. We love Cincinnati and are proud to call this town home. The Bengals sincerely thank Hamilton County and this wonderful community. We look forward to exciting football seasons ahead.
Now announce Trey Hendrickson's deal.
Yeah.
I don't care about football. I only care about football that affects on the field. But
what does affect the field? We're staying here. We're not going to St. Louis, Dale.
We were never leaving. I don't understand these doomsday preppers that are like, oh, gosh, you got to save the team. Oh, man. Where were they going? Where were they going? They were never going anywhere. Why are there such weirdos in this fan base that like put their face on things and talk about this shit? It's crazy to me.
The London Bengals.
Yeah, it is what it is.
The London Bengals. That doesn't have a nice ring to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome. Like, I'm most looking forward to seeing like continued upgrades to the facilities and the stadium. So yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, and who's so let's talk shit about the one bitch who always votes no. And I don't like calling women a bitch, but she, I feel like, deserves it. She's just a miserable human. She votes no for and listen, I understand, you know, taxpayers, this, that, and the other. But it's like, no, this is a pretty easy cut and dry deal. But this lady that's one of the 3 votes, she's always just like, oh, I'm going to make it all about me. Like, come on now. You don't need to make it about you. It ain't about you. Like, how would that help? How would that help the city financially? How would that help the banks? How would that help the things you're doing? Come on now.
Right.
Yeah.
I love you too, Crip.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's like something like political or.
Yeah, I don't. We don't do politics on this show.
Yeah.
We don't do politics on this show. I'm just saying that lady, this is Bengals related, seems like she hates the Bengals. She hates football, and she probably never gets her pussy licked. That's all I'm saying. This is not Bengals related. She just probably hasn't had an orgasm in 15 years.
She should be focusing on. She should be focusing on some of the crime in the streets and the OTR. It's not.
Oh God, now you are getting political. But no, crime in general, bad.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Not to be political.
Yeah, but no, the bottom line is we're all happy in general at the end. We got our Bengals here. We got football in Cincinnati. That's all that matters. It all got situated.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Dustin, are you going to move back to Cincy?
Yeah, come on, man.
Are you going to be the ant?
Scoping out the Midwest. So, Greg, I was going to ask you earlier, have you ever had fry sauce?
Yeah. What type of fry sauce?
It's like, you know, ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard.
Yes, I did. No, they have it at Cane's Chicken, Cane's sauce. Oh, Cane's Chicken sauce.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, that's what's famous out in Utah is like fry sauce with everything, with fries.
I got to go try. No, I heard also what's famous out there is, what's it called?
Polygamy.
Okay. It was like, it's like roast beef on
pastrami.
Pastrami, yes.
Yeah. That there, I'd imagine there's probably a place in Cincinnati that serves like a Utah burger with like pastrami on it. I
think there is. So Parker Blake, he also lives out in Utah. We had him come over here, and he does all the Utah foods himself. So yeah. It's.
I mean, it's okay. Like sometimes you don't even really taste it. I don't know. Like I don't need it. It's like one of those things that you add on a burger that you actually don't need. Like I know, like some places put peanut butter on a burger. I've actually tried it before, and I didn't.
Time out. You guys want to keep this running for another 15 minutes or so?
Yeah, sure.
Cool,
all right. I gotta piss then. I need to check on my dog.
Yeah, no, I have not. Like I say, I'm a big burger snob and all that and stuff. So yeah, I thought about trying a couple of times. There was a place called Gordo's in Cincinnati.
I know that place. Yeah,
they have good burgers there. I thought about trying it. But I'm like, I'll try something else there. But no, I was intrigued by it though.
Yeah. Anything else going on around the NFL that's caught your interest?
NFL, I mean, I'm going to go back to Terry McLaurin, man. It's just like you have what's his name on Jane Daniels on a rookie contract. Like, just give. I know it's easier said than done, but it's like just give him the money. By the time, if you give him a 3-year deal, by the time his contract's up, you'll be extending to Jane Daniels anyway. That doesn't make any sense to me right there.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, I know there's contract stuff every year, but do you feel like this year has been one with maybe the most highest profiles?
Well, let me go back. I want to go back to something. You notice Adam Schefter when he just says, Micah Parsons, he just says Micah Parsons threatening. But if it's something about the Bengals, he's like, Bengals as usual, being cheap with Trey Hendrickson and all that and stuff. He always finds a way to rip on the Bengals, but if it's like it's any other team, he just says, this player's threatening to do something. He wouldn't criticize the owner, criticize the organization. But when it's the Bengals, Schefter always says, Bengals as usual, being tight asses. I'm like, shut the hell up.
Yeah, I can't stand him. I mean, I'm just like, he's been in our lives forever now. I really wish, like, with all the cuts that ESPN has made over the last couple years.
The ESPN is a joke, man. I used to watch ESPN all the time. Dusty, you can read this. Now we got like more social media, more local news around here. I think to myself, this is what I listened to on ESPN for years. But that's all you had was ESPN.
Yeah.
Man. Like I woke up every morning. Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough because ESPN's like an institution, right? Like
Right.
it's hard to like move them out. And
Oh, yeah.
they just got the red zone. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I saw that too.
Yeah.
They're with Disney, so yeah, they're going to have all this. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's tough to compete with that. I mean, they got the live sports, but like all their other programming is just dog shit. It's just like I don't like, and I don't even. It's probably one of those worlds where they don't actually care about the ratings, the TV ratings. They just care about the social media clips.
Well,
You know.
And you look at the employees they lost over years, like Aaron Andrews. There was a bunch of employees they lost. They all just looked at him as, okay, you're disposable. I'll find someone else. And I'm like, seriously? You're going to let all those employees go? But that's how they are. They just want to say, okay, this person's asking for too much money. Next person, I thought that was ridiculous how you just let employees, like very iconic employees like that go. I just don't like that either. Right? Yeah,
there's been some like, I don't know. So the Fox, the college pregame Fox brought Dave Portnoy over for this year, trying to duplicate what College Game Day did with Pat McAfee.
Right.
So that was pretty interesting. So
let me speak on that. So they brought him over, but they make the Buckeyes play at noon every day. So we got to hear this cocksucking hater, even though they forced us to play their noon games because of the TV contract.
Oh, the big noon. Oh.
Well, Dan, we were just talking also about how Schefter, you notice with Michael Parsons, he's like Micah Parsons trying to hold out, but when it's Trey Henderson or anything Bengals related, Bengals being cheap as usual. I mean, aren't you just tired of the bullshit?
Yes. I don't think it's that bad. I think that we believe that because we love the Bengals. Like, I don't think it's as bad as we think it is. To be fair,
no, that's
and I'm not going to defend Adam Schefter. I think he's a cocksucker in general. Just look at he has a punchable face.
Yeah, him. Yeah, him and Colin Coward. I think Colin Coward. He's gotten better though with us. With now that Joe Burrow's on the team, he's gotten a lot better. Colin Coward.
Yeah.
But Colin Coward. Oh my God, man, he has found so many ways to come.
We signed Noah Fant. And this guy hasn't mouth danced. He hasn't dot botted. He really doesn't even like Noah Fant, guys.
All right. Patience is a virtue. I'll be right back.
Was he also a Gilsicki slurper?
Oh yeah, him and Houday Joe are the two original Gilsicki slurpers.
That was a slurper.
Vice president. Houday Joe gets the image on me on that, but still. All right, I got to sing something here. You guys.
I would say the OG Gilsicki slurper is Malik, and that's not a bad thing. I'm saying he was saying that he would be good for this team for a long time.
Yeah.
So I don't want someone to clip it and be like, "Oh my God, you hate Malik." No, I love Malik. I love the Right Way Sports Network. I love everything they're doing. But he was trying to tell people for a long time Gilsicki would be really good for this team.
He was big for us last year. There was like a 4-game stretch though. He didn't had barely any catches. Do you remember that?
I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. If you go through his game logs, I was like in the middle of the year, I'm like, why aren't we throwing to Gilsicki? And then like towards the end of the year again, he came on. So I was just like, yeah. But no, I'm like, with the
like I liked him. I like Gilsicki, but I was like, we'll see how it goes, right? He is getting older and this and that, and it's just another. Maybe the Irv Smith burnt me enough because I liked Irv Smith coming out of college.
Yeah,
but I was like, I want to be a little hesitant on how good he can be, but I thought he was really good here. Like he brings another, and I think Noah Fant will do the same, bring another dimension.
Okay, Dale, I'm ready. Here we go.
Greg, I was about to say you have your camera off. I was like, I can't turn
Here
your
we go.
camera off.
You know that I'm a dreamer, but my heart's of gold. I had to run away high. So
all right, Dustin, what song is it? What song is it, Dustin?
Oh, are we naming the songs?
Yeah, name the song and the artist. So I think that I'm a dreamer. Is that not like I think I'm wrong, but I'm thinking of I see a little silhouette of a
they were all alone.
No, not that song, but that band.
Come on, Dale. Dale, no typing.
Oh, it's Motley Crue? Is it Motley Crue?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
Home by Motley Crue, bro.
Yeah, Home Sweet Home. So Sindustries
guys,
and
I gotta Hey, I got to take a call real quick. I'll be right
All
back.
right. Take your call. Greg will dot bot.
I will do the fan bot. We got this. The fan
The
bot.
fan bot!
The fan bot. The fan bot. The fan bot. The fan bot. The fan bot.
Greg, as you dot bot, how many yards, how many touchdowns for Fant this season? Dot bot, as you answer it.
We will go 5 TDs for Fant this season. 5 TDs.
And how many touchdowns? Or how many yards? How many yards?
Let's go. Let's go for 500.
500 yards and 5 touchdowns? That would be a huge season in this offense.
Dude, we're going to be explosive, man.
All right, another. I think we need Greg to come up with another song.
All right, fuck it. Why
Yeah,
not?
fuck it. It's fucking Friday, boys.
It's fucking Friday. It's fucking Friday, Dale. It's fun. And by the way, I will be at the practice tomorrow. So at Paycor Stadium. So I'll try to do a better job taking notes, Dale. Saying something.
Also, I will be at the Bengals preseason game with Miley, going in chop seats, and I will also be at the New England game, as I mentioned the other day. So anybody going to the New England game in November, I'll be there. I'm not going to be at all the games.
I'll give you a big kiss, buddy. All right, let me look for another song. Well, since you're not as cool as me, not knowing some of these songs that we
I
grew up
didn't,
with.
man. I was thinking, what was the band I was thinking? What's the guy that had AIDS? I was thinking of that
You're
band.
thinking of, dude.
Freddie Mercury.
Queen.
Yeah, I was thinking of Queen. I thought that was maybe a Queen song.
Okay, give me a second. Here we go. This is a good one. This is a good one. I like this one. Why did I think of this before? I'm all fired up now.
Taylor, if you're going to be there, Bengals versus Patriots, you got to come to Lot 1. You got to come to the Project Game Day tailgate. Hey, Greg, the Project Game Day tailgate, is it the home opener? The garage beer thing?
Yes, the home opener, September 14th. The garage beer will be there for us.
And
yes.
we'll be doing giveaways. We always have garage beer at the tailgates. That's a partnership with Project Game Day.
Yes.
And Lot 1 at the tailgates. Project Game Day tailgate. Check it out if you're there. But yeah, come to Lot 1, come to Project Game Day tailgate, Taylor. We can hug in person.
There we go, buddy.
Got to watch out for Greg, though. He might try to sing and dance.
Well, no, you watch out for Chop. He'll finger you.
It's true. He will finger your butt.
Here we go. Seems like yesterday,
Paul McCartney.
but it was long ago.
No. Was it not Paul McCartney?
No. Janie was lovely. She was the queen of my nights. They're in the darkness with the radio playing low.
I don't know.
Shared.
Is it anybody? Bob Seger?
Yes, Bob Seger. Yes.
Man, I love Bob
Against the
Seger.
wind. Against the wind, Dale.
It's a good song. You sound nothing like him. Sorry. Bob Seger has some really good songs.
He does, man. Oh, Night Moves, Like a Rock, like that old Chevy commercial, Like a Rock. Oh my God, dude.
I'm trying to think of my favorite Bob Seger song. I don't think it's any of those.
Rock and roll, old time rock and roll.
Yes, that's it. Because when I was a kid, like people would play that.
Tom Cruise, and that
I
movie.
like that old time rock and roll. That kind of music just soothes my soul.
Yeah.
Me and my cousin Matt, we got up on the table. We were dancing, and it broke. Chop's calling me back. Chop's calling me. Chop, we're still doing the show.
What?
We're still doing the show. Come on the show.
Oh my God. All right.
All right. He got mad. Chop's mad. Chop has to go to work.
All right, boys. I gotta get to work stuff. Yeah, sorry about that.
No worries, brother.
Yeah.
All right. Tell the people where to check you out and talk to you, chat with you, because you're one of my boys. Before you hop off here, we're gonna keep it rolling, Greg.
Yeah, at Dustin Croft on Twitter, .15 on Instagram, Dustin Croft on Facebook.
Oh wow, you're on Twitter and you're on Instagram and Facebook.
I should call it X. I gotta get with the new league.
Nope. I
It's
refuse to
Twitter.
do that.
It's Twitter.
Nope.
Yeah. Me too. But yeah, that's it. Looking forward to tomorrow's a night practice, right? Like, is it like under the lights or like what's the deal?
Yes, it is. Tomorrow,
I was gonna say Greg would know this. Greg's probably going.
Yes, I am going.
Sick. Yeah, upload some videos because I feel like our media is not uploading enough videos this year.
Yeah, no, I had some videos uploaded, but I got too excited watching.
And if you guys like Dustin Croft on the show, just message him and say like, "Hey, you should be on the show more often." All right, we're gonna let you get to work, Dustin. We got a local celebrity in here. See you, brother.
See you guys. Who day?
Who day?
Who day?
Bye.
I'm sorry, Chop. I'm sorry that you sounded like the people could hear it too, and they understand. You're probably more mad that you have to go back to work from a vacation, straight getting home and have to go back to work.
Just got home.
But
when time for a nap, getting ready.
We're gonna assume you're tired from his getting some vacation.
There was a lot of that going on. I ain't gonna lie, man. It was good.
Enough for me to buy those shirts. Enough for me to buy those shirts.
Enough for you to match Matt Walker in shirts.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was more than 2.5. So that means 3. You had sex more than 3 times.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And also.
Okay. Do you have sex in public? Do you have sex in public on that?
I mean,
on that skylift?
Let me think. No. But it was fine with me. I don't need public, man. I just need it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I do. I also need it. Not your wife, my wife. A lot of blowies. Yeah, a lot of blowies. Yeah, so it was a good vacation. What was the highlight of your, beyond the sex, beyond the hot tub, beyond that, what was your favorite part of the vacation? Maybe a favorite show you watched. Did you go to the comedy bar?
No, we didn't. Sarah said I was fucking
stupid.
stupid.
You to go to the comedy bar.
No, she said it was stupid. Plus, we had everything. We had everything planned out, but we went to the Hatfield and McCoy show, and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, my dad always liked it. I went to that one once, also like with my dad and stuff, but they would go every time they went to Tennessee, which was a few. You know, we were never a vacation family growing up, but he did. Him and mom liked that when they were older to go to the Hatfield and McCoys and go to Tennessee.
I only went to we went to the state park and set up a tent when I was a kid. That was us on vacation. That's it.
We went to Cincinnati and maybe a Reds game. We would stay in a hotel for a night. We'd maybe go to a Reds game. That was the whole vacation. Like
after
2 days.
I met Sarah, she took me to Gatlinburg for the first time, and now she counted it up. I didn't know. She said this was my 6th time going. She's been 22 times.
Boom.
But a lot has changed. I got to tell you, I did ride that goddamn ski lift.
Skylift. I saw that, and I do not want to do that. Did you walk over the one thing too, the glass thing?
No.
Yeah, fuck that.
But I told her I would, except for it was so friggin' hot and humid.
Oh.
But like, look, when we got on that skylift at first, I was like, cool, man. And then the first time it slowed down, I was like, oh no. And then Sarah was trying to talk to me. I'm like, just don't talk to me. I apologize. Don't talk to me. I was freaked out, man. And then
I wouldn't.
When we got up there, I'm like, I got to ride that fucker back down.
Nope.
But riding it down was better because I had a really good view, man. It's so beautiful down there. The Smoky Mountains are so pretty.
Yeah.
It's
beautiful.
I agree.
Like
Like coming down that mountain was so much better just because I was just like looking at that view. Well, on the way up, all you see is, on the way up, I'm looking at you're looking right at the mountain. It's like straight ahead of you. That's all there is mountain. And I kept thinking, who the fuck weed eats this shit? That's
no one. It's a mountain.
No, because it's not overgrown. Like someone is in there. And on our way down, I heard a weed eater going in the woods. Like, I was like, oh shit. My wife's like, if we fell from here, you'd be okay. And I'd be like, fuck no, I wouldn't.
I would.
I said, fuck no, I wouldn't. I said, if I fell from 7 foot, I'd break an ankle. Much less goddamn up here on this goddamn ski lift.
She should have given you a blowy on the ski lift.
Yeah, we went on the mountain coaster. Freaked me out a little bit, but I did that. Actually, the mountain, man.
The best food you had
Oh, the best food that I had, the best one thing that I had was probably this fucking omelet at the Pancake Pantry. It was a Southwestern omelet or whatever. Dale, man, I gained 10 pounds on vacation. All we did was walk and sweat.
Yeah. Hold on. I got to bring this one up. You should check out pictures of the Kankamagus Highway. I just want to hear you try and say it. So I did. I did that for you, Taylor.
Kankamagus. Huh.
That's how I would say it. How would you say it? Hold on. How would you say it? How would you read this?
Kankamagus. 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 Right?
Fuck if I know. Fuck.
Let's send it to Jeff.
Also, Taylor, who lives in New England, will be in town for the New England Bengals game, and I will be there because Houday Joe gave me his tickets.
Oh,
in
sweet.
November.
Guess what? I also will be there.
I'll also be at that preseason game with Miley in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun. In the
I
second,
think that's exactly how we said it.
Yeah, and bro, I had this fucking meatloaf from this place called the Old Mill. Fucking bussin'.
Don't they have a lot of breads? Like the Old Mill, they got that wheel outside.
They got that wheel outside. Yeah. I don't know.
They got a lot of breads. I feel like I don't know.
They did give us dinner rolls, didn't they? I think. But man, that goddamn that fucking meatloaf, bro.
Did you go to the island? The island?
We did. We went to the island for a short period. That's where I had that giant fucking Bloody Mary. We got fucking wasted, and then we ate way too much, and then we just went back to the cabin because we were both had food babies, and we were like in pain.
And then he pooped, and fucked.
Hell yeah. Poop, fuck, and then went back out for more. Yep. Send it to Jeff. Yeah. The Kankamus.
Kankamus. Yeah. Let him try to say that.
Yeah, send that now. Put it on Jeff's show.
We did our best. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Pronounce shit Portsmouth style.
Yeah,
Noah Fant. You excited about that? I mean, obviously your vacation, but Noah Fant, you excited?
I mean, yeah, I guess give Joe another weapon, but I mean, if I'm being honest, it really doesn't move the fucking needle on me. I mean, how much are they paying him? Because I think I feel like
I said it can't be over $3 million 1 year.
Like $3 million.
I mean, he's a pass catching tight end, which we already have, and I'm happy about it. But if you want to get me excited, give us a fucking guard. And I'm not just saying any guard. Don't give us something like that. Give us like Sheriff, Risner, or Hernandez. Yeah, Hernandez being the optimal one because he's ready to go now.
Give me my fries, chap.
I don't eat fries with my meal, Greg, because I don't have room for it. So you can have my fries.
Oh, that's right. I always do eat your fries. So there we go.
Yeah.
I'll give me your fries then. There we go.
Stratton Mountain Bloody Mary.
You know what got me on the Bloody Mary kick is we went to that Sugarland Moonshine Distillery, and they have a maple bacon moonshine that they also sell Bloody Mary mix with, and it was one of the samples, and I was like, "Fuck, that was good." Sarah was like, "That was gross." I was like, "I need a Bloody Mary now."
So you did the full taste test of all the different moonshines when you were and that's something I did when we would be down there, and then we went to a karaoke bar, stayed there till 2 a.m. Yeah, there's a little Irish type karaoke bar down there.
Is that?
Yeah, which it's Tennessee, so there's all these professional singers. And then Marissa and my sister Kelly were up on stage, and they were Baby Got Back, but they were pretty hammered. This is years ago. Yeah. But they were pretty hammered, and they were just twerking and falling down. And I was like, I'm going to walk. So we had stayed up on this hill. I literally was like, I'm walking. I walked 2 miles up that hill. My dad met me when I got close to the resort because they were watching our kids. I will never forget that, though.
Leo Collins signed back with the Cowboys, just to let you guys know.
Oh.
Yeah, he sucks.
Kind
of sucks.
I tell you what I did, man. I fucking ripped ass in the Titanic, bro, and it was horrid. It smelled like the dead people.
See, I've been there. Yeah, they have a Titanic, and yeah, I haven't been to
It was
that.
pretty cool. I mean, it's goddamn
Okay.
$40 fucking to walk through that museum, but it was cool.
Yeah, I
But
can't imagine it's worth it.
look,
What
we
did
went to-
you? Okay, you were at the Hulk Hogan thing. So was
Yeah, we
that
went to-
his thing that he was starting? Is that open? Because
It's open, but it just opened right before he just opened it like 3 weeks ago and then died.
I know, but it was closed. Like it was
Bro,
closed.
we
there for a
went
little
to
bit, I
Cooters.
see.
No, it was open. But we went to Cooters, which is the Dukes of Hazzard Museum, right? We got shirts.
Yeah,
and
I've been
stuff
there. I've been there. Yeah, I've been
Well,
there.
they moved it. They moved it. It's in the little strip mall now, and the
Oh.
Hulk Hogan thing is in the strip mall too. But when we're in Cooters, this dude
Is that in Gatlinburg? Like not
It's
Pigeon
no, it's in
Forge,
Pigeon
like-
Forge now. So now when you get the Cooters stuff,
Okay.
it says Cooters Pigeon Forge. But
Okay.
anyway,
Because it was in Gatlinburg. What last
right? It
time
was
I
in like a little
yeah.
garage in Gatlinburg. It was
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
garage. Now it's like a whole. It's in this like fucking shit ass strip mall. It's like ghetto as fuck. With you know what's in that strip mall?
There ain't
The
no
micro
ghetto in fucking Pigeon Forge in Gatlinburg. I
The
promise you
micro
that.
wrestling is in that strip mall too. The micro wrestlers.
I know
They're
exactly
in-
where you're talking about.
All right, so that's the strip mall.
There
And
was
so-
a Goodwill back there at one point.
I don't know now. But when
It's
we were in
probably-
the Cooters, this guy walks in dressed like Hulk Hogan, like he's got the yellow and orange, like
Yeah.
yellow and red tie-dyed spandex, the boa, the Hulkamania, and he's got his face painted, with the black and the mustache coming down and shit, and he's got a belt, and he comes in there and he starts like talking to the guys in the Cooters, like, man, I know if he didn't pass, he'd be here this week, and they're like, yeah, that's right. So then me and Sarah went to the Hulk Hogan thing and looked through it, and then left, and we went to the Titanic. Here the fuck this guy comes. Hulk Hogan was in the Titanic.
Hulk Hogan's in the Titanic.
And he's got the belt. And I told Sarah, I'm like, I get it. Like, your fucking job is to dress up like Hulk Hogan, but why you carry the belt? Nah, man, this motherfucker's on vacation. He dressed up to go to the Hulk Hogan store.
And he just, yeah.
I
That
told
sucks for
Sarah,
him,
I was
bro.
like, if they hired this guy to be Hulk Hogan with his he was redneck as fuck with his pot belly sticking out. And he had one of them guys that had no chin.
it would get some people in there. Like
Dude,
he would
the
be his
only
own
reason-
attraction.
Only reason this guy looked like Hulk Hogan is because he was wearing the fucking outfit. That's it. But he walked
No, I
through
got
that
you.
whole Titanic thing with the belt. With the belt. This guy is fucking dedicated, man.
Well, what I was going to say, Chop, is I didn't know you sent that picture to me with Hulk Hogan, and I was like, I know Hulk Hogan was starting a thing, so that's where you're at. Because the last time I think I was down there, there's a wax museum also down there. Did you go to that? Because Hulk Hogan was in that. There was like so many, and I just took like one was Hugh Hefner. I would have to break out some of these pictures for the Brew Crew.
That's awesome right there, Chop.
Oh yeah, a whole ass. You should have
Bro,
got in
I
there.
got so many comments on that fucking Make Bengals Great shirt again, right?
Oh, dude, that was the target audience for that.
But I guarantee, I told Sarah, I was like, none of them fuckers even know that that's Mike Brown. They all think it's Trump.
Oh
I
yeah,
guarantee
yeah.
you, they didn't even read it. I would tell them like, who they? Oh yeah, that's Mike Brown.
Dude,
They'd
you
be
should
like,
have talked to somebody down there. You should have been like, I'll cut you a deal for the chop shop. You
Yeah,
give me
right.
$25,000 so you can sell all the shirts you want.
yeah, right. Yeah.
Speaking of shirts, Chop, I bring on a shirt. I forgot. Oh yeah, that's right. I have a shirt coming in today. Yeah, it
Hey, I
seems like
put
every
that
time I
new
get a
one
shirt,
up,
I got
man.
one.
As soon as I
one
got
of-
home, I made a new one, Greg. That way you can buy it. And I made a tank top too. It's that
Sounds more like Bulk Hogan.
yes,
Oh, Chop, you prick. Now I
that
gotta
guy
go.
was. That guy was. He had that fucking beer belly.
That Chop, you prick. Now I gotta go find it.
Do you have moonshine pickles?
Yeah, they did, but I did not eat any of that
Yeah.
moonshine food because it tastes like ass. It doesn't.
Yeah, I
Whatever
never
this
do
hell
either. They'll
moonshine-
be like, here's a cherry when I went down.
And it
It's like,
tastes
no,
like
I'm good.
straight. It tastes like you're
No, I'm
chewing up
good.
straight moonshine.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Uh-uh.
Greg,
No.
Greg, you've never been to the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area?
No, I have not.
Wow, you are so not as white as me
Greg,
and
it's
Chop.
not that far away.
I've been to the Smoky Mountains when I was like a kid, but that was it.
That's
Yeah. Here, hold on. I'll show you.
Chop, I know you got to go. We're almost 2 hours in, so we ain't
I
gonna
know,
keep
hold
this a
on,
long
I'll show you-
time. But
I'll
yeah,
show you that
yeah.
shirt. As soon as I got back, I couldn't wait because I know Joe wore that shirt, man. It's horrible timing right after I went on vacation, but I did this one. Let me blow it
Oh, that's
up.
cool.
Yeah. Joe Burrow,
Spell backwards.
is
Is
Who Day.
Well, I got a Taco Cat shirt. It was $17. And Chop, I'm not
that.
trying to take away from your Chop Shop, but $17 on Amazon. I got one for me and one for Miley. And I told her when we go to that preseason game, I'm like, we may just have to rock these and twin it up, Miley.
Yeah, mine is also $3 more. So I fucking will rip you
Oh,
off.
stop.
No, plus
No.
it doesn't say that. But that Taco Cat shirt is elite. I saw the picture of you wearing it.
Well, I just literally love the fact that Joe Burrow wearing that. I think the first tweet I put out was like, if I was Joe Burrow's stylist, because he has that whole stylist. If you watch the quarterback series, like he wears some wild shit that there's no way I'd wear. But you know what I would wear? A shirt that says Taco Cat spelled backwards is Taco Cat because I have.
You actually did wear it.
I bought it immediately. Had
Boom.
to.
Sarah Elise bought one too, Dale.
Did.
Yeah, she was copying off of me and Joe Burrow, to be fair.
Industries. Now, you check me out in the morning, I'm going to look like a fucking wet noodle because I'll be tired as fuck, man. Time I go to bed.
This guy's got to work. He's got to make back the money that he
woke
spent.
up at 8 o'clock this morning, and I'll get home at about 8 o'clock in the morning.
Do you have to work the weekend too, Chop?
All 3 days, Greg.
Yee.
But on Sunday when I come home,
Oof.
taking my pill on the way home, you know what I'm saying? That way, I'm ready to go when I get home.
Full mass. Send it. All right, man. Great show. Good fun. Talked 53-man roster. Talked the hypothetical trade for Micah Parsons, Trey Henderson. Obviously, we know that's not going to happen. Yeah, we talked a lot of things, but it was a pretty fantastic Friday, wouldn't you say, Greg?
Oh, fuck yeah, bitch.
I got to tell you, if they're waiting for
What?
me to get back.
I tossed it to you to let you get one more in about liking the Noah Fant sighting, and you called me a bitch.
Biatch, sorry.
Thank you.
I'm happy.
Thank
I'm happy. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm back in town, so they can sign Trey.
Okay, there you go.
Yes.
But Chop, though, you have to admit that was amazing. Right when even though they didn't sign him, he still reported right when that shirt came in.
So I've been gone. Did he practice?
No,
he watched practice.
He's holding in.
I told you. I knew
Hey, Chop, it's
immediately
better
he
than
was
nothing, though,
holding
right?
in.
There was not a
$50,000 a day. $50,000 a day.
But
That's my
Chop,
yearly salary. Like,
You know
Chop,
what?
Fuck out of here.
If he ain't going to give up $50,000 a day, he sure in the fuck ain't going to give up $16 million for the year.
Yep.
No, it will get done. Something will get done for this, which is what I said all along, right? Something will get done at least for this year. Now, hopefully, it's just an extension, so we don't have to deal with this again. But yes, Industrious, you're right. Greg, fan of the year. If y'all want to vote for Greg, fan of the year, vote for Greg, fan of the year. I'm not going to vote. I don't vote for anybody fan of the year. I have voted in the past. I will never do it again. But Greg would be a great fan of the year, so we could see that dot bot on the stage. And then if you don't do it, we'd be like, Greg, you sold out. And we could all give him shit every day.
Yeah, Greg, don't be selling out.
Yeah, don't sell out. Do that dot bot. Hey, I love you all. Chop, I'm sorry I made you hop in, but I'm glad you hopped in because I missed your face.
That's
I
all right.
missed,
I
I missed your face.
I miss you.
I love you guys and Houday, and everyone have a great weekend. Chop won't because he has to work.
No.
Houday.
Houday. Bye. Let's go. Get it off. End it.
I did. It's just not ending.
It didn't end.
End stream. It just says end stream. It's not doing anything.
I'll try.
Now we're